to be? What's a cup of tea? What's mushy pea? What's the biggie thing? What's all this then?
Hello, everybody, and welcome to What's All This Then? It's a podcast about the United Kingdom with new episodes every Monday and bonus episodes every Thursday. In the most recent episode of Finest, me and Libby went full objectification mode and did a bracket to decide once and for all who is the hottest man in the United Kingdom. And if you want to hear our definitive results on that, the only place to do it is over on our Patreon, where you can also get access to all of our previous bonus episodes and video episodes as well. And that's at patreon.com/what's all this then. But if you want to know what's coming up today on the show, here is a Malteser. We've got a bounty of treats for you to chomp on. And let's just say if you're a Hershey's fan, I don't want to aero about it.
Oh.
Picking our favorite... I was going to say the silence was really hurting me, and then you did that. Picking our favorite chocolates sure won't be a picnic, so it's a good thing our guest today didn't flake, because I heard a whisper that he's a real smarty, and that chocolate is something he revels in. So if you've got the munchies... Yeah, still going. So if you've got the munchies, hop on our double-decker, because today's episode is going to be out of this galaxy. I'm Charlotte Curly Whirly McDonald, and I'm joined as always by my wonderful co-host. It's Libby, not for girls, Watson. How you doing, Libby?
Oh, I'm great. That was sort of stunning. Did you get every single chocolate? Do you think every single British chocolate?
I really did have to stop myself because I got very close.
Yeah.
But I almost feel like I maybe did too many chocolate puns there.
No. No, you know, it's that it's Sideshow Bob standing on the rake. You know, it's like it gets funnier. It stops being funny, and then it gets really funny. So well done for standing on all those rakes for us.
Thank you. Is it bad that I want to aero about it? Is actually my favorite one.
I see it. I would say the one that personally made me the happiest was the picnic one, but simply because I love thinking about a picnic. Picnic is one that I don't really think of, and then when I do think of it, I go, "Oh, that sounds good, doesn't it?" So thank you for that treat.
Is, I don't think I've ever had a picnic bar because I was like, that one, it's got like fruits and stuff in it, so I don't know if I want that, but I will be trying one today. I do also want to make sure that everybody knows that there were, if you are not from the UK, there were way more chocolate puns in there than you think. Okay? Yes? Did you Whisper actually is a chocolate bar. Okay? Munchies actually is one. I'm actually really smart and good. I do want to know if the thing I said about our guest is actually even vaguely true or not, because he did bring us, well, not even chocolate for this episode, just one chocolate, but I'll get into that. So let me introduce him. He is a comedian and a podcaster. Got three whole podcasts to talk about here. Co-host of the podcast, The Dollop, and Here to Help, as well as being the host of Next We Have. That is the one that me and Libby got to go on. His body is 60% used bathwater. It's Gareth Reynolds. Welcome to the show.
What a tough ending. I think you really... You fit in most of the chocolates, and I think you did great. And then I was sitting here going, what is the picnic? And I did think, doesn't it have fruit in it? And it never appealed to me either.
Yeah. You see, now I think maybe one of the reasons I like the picnic is I remember coming around to the picnic and possibly thinking, oh, aren't I ever so grown up for enjoying this chocolate that has raisins in it?
I think I do... I think I'm you before the trying. I think I just still say, no, I won't do it. There shouldn't be fruit in my chocolate.
Okay, here's a question.
Go ahead, Libby.
I was just going to ask, do you like trail mix?
Yes.
Okay. So what if the trail mix was mostly chocolate?
I mean, I don't know why you're still doing this. You've won the case. Yes, you're right. I should be open to
slam dunk, Libby.
Yeah, it really is. It's the crunchy. I'm going to sound like Trump. It's the crunchy. It's the chocolate. But that does sound appealing now.
We still don't like the picnic. It's got the raisins. We didn't want the raisins. We just wanted the peanuts.
See, the thing is, I still think it's when people are like, "Oh, my favorite cookie is like an oatmeal and raisin cookie." I'm like, "Have you tried a chocolate chip though?" But that's so much nicer. Like, why are you? How did that happen? You know, that's my question. How could that happen?
Sure.
I agree. I think when you think of chocolate, if you're going to do it, it should be pretty irredeemable. So I'm not looking to cover actual food groups when I eat that stuff. It's just, let's go full fake.
Yes, I completely agree. I do think that it always felt to me like, why not just have a fucking Crunchie? Because, Crunchie is sort of the polar opposite of that, trying to put fruit in it. It's, what if it was not just chocolate, but also sugar? Just sugar, sugar. Gold sugar. Yes, exactly. And so I agree with this. My mum was very anti-raisins in everything. She would object to desserts that had fucking raisins in it. And I bet that was partly from growing up in the 50s and 60s, where obviously you could buy chocolate, but it was still mostly, I think, probably somewhat medieval in that if you got a treat, it probably had some fucking raisins in it,
Right. I love that you were like a rebel, like having a chocolate bar with raisins in,
raisin
going
rebel.
against your mother's wishes and having a fruit and nut bar.
Not how she raisined you.
Exactly.
Oh, sorry. No.
Ooh.
I will leave. I have another guest here I think you'll like better. I always have one in my stead, and I think maybe time for them to come on.
Gareth too, right? Yeah, we love Gareth too.
He's way better. He doesn't try as hard. It's nice.
Yeah. No, I've long said, and I recognize this even as a teenager, it was very hard to rebel against my mum because she was just so reasonable and cool, so it was very hard to be like, no, fuck you, because she would let me swear and go to parties and stuff, but not in that horrible way of like, oh, well, she doesn't notice when I'm gone, just in a kind of, well, she's gonna do it anyway sort of way. So maybe raisins was the only rebellion I could really have. It was that and downloading music off LimeWire was really the only two things we ever disagreed about.
Wow.
That was my mum's boyfriend actually got me into LimeWire. He was the one who showed me.
Oh, that's cool.
That. So that
great stepdad move.
Exactly.
I was going to say, what a
good.
great role, the stepdad. What a great role. I would crush a stepdad. Yeah. Dad, no way.
Yeah, no, absolutely. But if you're the stepdad and you're like, oh, fuck, I can show him the fucking lime, I can show him how to get music for free. This is a slap. This is like being the adult who plays video games. Can you imagine? Because I don't know if this was true for you guys, but I did not know a single adult who played video games when I was a kid. So if I had met one, I would have been like, I would have been pogging,
He was the reason that we had a PlayStation 2 in the house. I'm just realizing how many, like he also had a motorbike. So I got to ride on his motorbike as well.
Is he single?
I believe he is now married. But you can always give it a go, Libby. Lee and Libby, maybe they'll make it work.
Oh,
I'd love to try too. If that doesn't work out, I'd love to. He sounds great.
We'll pass him around.
Cool.
Yeah.
You're in the queue.
Great. That's all I'm asking for. I just want a shot.
The other thing he had was a hot air balloon. He was a hot air balloon
I remember
guy.
this, yeah.
What? You're burying the lead.
I know.
What? This magical man also traveled in a hot air balloon?
He did indeed. But the thing about owning a hot air balloon is you quickly realize how often you will get roped into being a part of his hot air balloon team, but not getting to go in the hot air balloon.
Well, that's all downside.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes.
A big part of having a hot air balloon is convincing your friends to get in a Jeep and just follow the hot air balloon around in the sky. And then
So
sort
then
of
you're
like
just
trying
driving.
to figure out what is the field it landed in. That was a big part of it.
I've never thought about what it would be like to be so closely associated to the owner of a hot air balloon. So many shit roles.
Yeah, so many responsibilities. Yeah, the idea of watching a hot air balloon float away from you and your friend just waving down at you as you get in your fucking car to drive along like a pleb. That definitely sucks.
You're Jurassic Parking through England trying to find what field the basket hit.
Absolutely. And I'm sure encountering many cross farmers along the way. Did you have to have permission to land in the field? What if you land in the middle of some precious corn?
I think the idea was that you would. I think he had like a big map of places that he wasn't allowed to. He had a big map and a big balloon, so two big things going for him, which is cool. We would always bring a bottle of champagne in the Jeep to give to the people's whose field we landed in, so they would get sort of like a thank you for we had to land here.
Sorry, we ruined your corn.
Yeah.
Here's some champagne.
Just writing that down for the future Who's Posher bracket that we have.
It might be.
I mean, yeah. Listen, it wasn't
Champagne
me.
in a Jeep?
It wasn't me. It was Mum's boyfriend, but still,
was
I was
Lee.
adjacent enough to it that I think it's worth adding to the total.
You got some splash damage, yeah.
Yeah, Gareth, we're trying to figure out which one of us is posher.
Posh.
That's a key part of the podcast now.
Well, we did say you two were on my show, and I have a thought, but I don't know you two that well. But just
No, go on, let's hear it.
Say the thought.
Well, just based on the conversation about your tea regimen, Charlotte, I would say I think my gut instinct would be you're a touch bit posher. That
based
would be
on
my
the
gut.
tea regimen. So what was?
Well, your tea, your tea, the way you use your tea and drink your tea is posh.
the way I
It is.
drink my tea is posh?
The way you prep it and get ready for it's a whole thing. It's not you're not throwing a PG tips and just boiling water and tossing it in there. You're really there's a whole there's a ritual, which to me, again, that's not because as we know, the English are not they can be varying levels of posh and still drink a shitload of tea. It just felt like you were classy. That's what it felt like. You were classy with your tea.
No, and I'm not classy. You don't think I'm classy?
No,
do
and
you?
Libby,
You think I'm fucking
you're
orange?
an animal.
What's funny is I don't know if this is true for you, Charlotte, but I feel like I came to good tea practice later in life. When I was younger, I was very much chuck the bag in, maybe even just take the bag right out. Not really trying very. When I was a student, it was very. I was very focused on not having to wash anything that I didn't have to wash, including a spoon. So I was often trying to just whip the tea bag out with my fingers, just so that I wouldn't have to rinse a spoon, which is insane.
No, I have done that. The
Yeah.
thing is, I was designated tea maker in the house. At some point, everyone in the house decided that I was the best one at making tea, and so I was the one who had to do it all the time. So I've had lots of practice. This is some Charlotte lore, is that the first YouTube video that I made that got really popular was me showing people how to make a cup of tea as well.
Sure.
Although the method I used for that was insane in hindsight. I'm pretty sure I put the milk in first and lots of sugar as well. I don't know. It took me a lot of time to refine it.
What do you mean the milk in first? You mean you put the milk in? What do you mean? Well, because I can't be picturing this properly.
You're getting fucking Paxmaned by Gareth here.
Yeah.
You put the. I really do feel like I'm being attacked, which is.
What do you mean by that? What do you mean? What do you mean the milk in first? Why would you possibly do that?
I just milk in. Go on, no, I'm getting all quiet and small. You put the milk in with the tea bag. And I don't do this anymore, to be clear.
You put the milk in with the tea bag.
And then you put in the hot water. The reason that people do this, the reason that people say that this is the way to do it, is because they can tell, like, the level of how brewed the tea is, how brewed they want the tea to be, better based on sort of, like, the color of the milky tea versus just, it's difficult to tell the brewing level when you're just, you've got your mug and you're looking at the dark sort of water and you're thinking, oh, is this brewed enough or not? These days I just do 5 minutes and then it's always correct, right? So I don't do that. But that is the logic. Again,
well, that makes sense. Okay, that makes sense. And I think that is another marble on the scale of you being classy, Charlotte. There's a philosophy behind it. Libby, well, I'm just kidding.
No, I mean, look, this is great because I think the reason I tend to be of the school of I'm going to say everything bad that I think about myself first so that when you say it, it has no power. And so I tend to say, oh, I'm a bit posh.
The Eminem method. That's what he does in 8 Mile, right?
Oh, I don't know. I haven't watched it. I'm too posh for that. I was watching Jeeves and Wooster, so.
Of course. Do they have a rap battle?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah. I'm sure if they made Jeeves and Wooster now, it would be a bloody rap battle in Fortnite, probably, wouldn't it, Charlotte? With kids today.
Oh, indeed, Libby. Oh, that's
it would be in Fortnite.
That's so true. It would be in or Roblox even. Think about
Or
that.
Roblox.
Probably
Roblox,
would be
Minecraft.
wouldn't it?
Yes, I'm down with the kids. I tend to sort of try to be upfront about it and say, oh, I know I'm a bit posh. I do still think I'm posher than Charlotte.
You do?
Mm-hmm.
Interesting. What is your... And do you want to win that? Is that something you... Yeah, you don't. Okay.
No, you don't want to be posher. That's bad. And that's why I think it's me, is because it's bad to be. You understand?
What a commoner mentality you have. It's your fault, isn't it?
It is all my fault. Yes,
I would say you're both the right amount of posh. And again, we don't know each other very well, but I think it's the right amount. Although, Charlotte, you weren't familiar with bathing in other people's bathwater as much as Libby and I were.
We should talk about that since we talked about it on your podcast, and I did put it in your intro. That was, although we talked about it a little bit last week with Hayes, but this is, you're looking at me.
Did we?
Like, yeah, we talked about it last week.
I already don't remember. I perhaps already wiped the experience from my mind of saying this to Hayes Davenport. So
he's a scary man to admit anything to about yourself.
He'll shake it out of you.
Yeah, exactly. But this is the way that you two lived your lives, is bathing in other people's bathwater.
In each other's bathwater, yeah.
Yeah, before we even knew we were going to both get into podcast. It's strange. It's good to see you again, by the way.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, we connected on the experience of when, my family, pretty much everyone in my family is English. And so I spent a lot of my childhood in England, and when I would stay at my cousin's house with my aunt and uncle, and there would be relatives coming in for holidays or summer or whatnot, and you would get the used bathwater of 2 to 3 adults when you took a bath, and that was you didn't question it. I mean, again, they started young. So it's like if you were raised in a house where you drank a cup of blood every night for dinner and then you had no access to the outside world, around 8, 9, 10, you would start going, I don't think everyone drinks blood with dinner. And that was the same with the bath, where I just eventually started like nudging my cousins going like, I don't know if everyone's doing murky hair water.
Yeah, it's so embarrassing for vampires when they go to college and then they go to the cafeteria and they're like, where's the blood? And everyone looks at them like, we're drinking Coke. You're weird. I completely relate. And now I'm curious. We didn't talk about this on your podcast, but I would love to know what the deal with your family is. How are you American? If the family is is English, what that then?
The question I've been trying to avoid. Raised in Wisconsin by 2 English immigrants and my English older brother. My parents
from Birmingham, right?
My mother just outside Birmingham. Okay. My father from more city London-y area.
Okay.
And they met. They wed. They moved to America. They had me when my brother was 12. And then I was raised in Wisconsin, which culturally is very sort of, I guess, salt of the earth American, but I was incubated in English culture the whole time. So it really was like I sort of became more American as I got older, but the foundation remains quite English, quite British.
That makes sense. What possessed them to move to Wisconsin in particular?
Well, it was a job opportunity, and my mother genuinely thought she was moving to California, so that's why she agreed to do it. So she had this is before we had access to all the AI information that we're spoiled by now.
Cool. Sure.
But she had no clue. I don't know if my father knew, but he definitely knew more than her, and she was in absolute hell for the first 2 years. She hated it. She cried she seriously says she cried every single day.
Bless.
About missing home, missing her family.
Sure.
All that.
Yeah, that's tough. I mean, my mom had a somewhat similar experience moving from London to the village I grew up in, which is Hawley, just outside Banbury. And she told me that the first couple years after they moved there was terrible. She remembered going to the pub, which was next door to us for the first time, and all the men in there going, "Oh, all right, love, get back in the kitchen." And she was just like, "Oh, fucking hell." You know, she just moved from like literally like Notting Hill or something to this fucking backwater, which did suck and is in many ways.
Backwater, what we bathe in, by the way. Just to be clear.
Hey, it's backwater, it's elbow water, it's knee water, it's the whole thing.
It's the beauty of the bath.
It's all in there. It's all in there. Yeah. Okay. I'm sorry to your mum for having had that experience, because it's sort of very different from the experience I had coming to the US, which was A, of my own volition and idea, and B, to cities.
Right. But you moved to the place you thought you were going, which is nice, which is California. So you were like, I think I'm going to California, and then you were there.
And I am. Yes.
She thought she was going to like Beverly Hills, truly.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Because, you know, America is the version you see on telly, isn't it? So
that was what she had.
Yeah, probably weren't getting. Are there any sitcoms set in Wisconsin that we would have gotten in the UK? I really don't think so.
Well, Laverne and Shirley, that 70s show.
Yep.
So there's a swath of Spectrum time there.
There's two more than I think than I thought you were going to say. So that's huge.
I've weirdly spent a bit of time probably more time in Wisconsin than most British people. I mean, I obviously visited my friend in Milwaukee, but I've also, when I was 21, I was doing an internship in DC. So this was 2011, and the nonprofit that I was interning at was doing work on do you remember the Wisconsin like recall elections when they tried to recall all the Democrats for having voted for good stuff?
Yep.
They tried to recall the Republicans for having voted for bad stuff, and then there was a retaliatory recall of Democrats. And so me and my boss just went to Wisconsin to like go door to door, knocking on doors, saying, "Hey, you're going to vote for the Democrats." And this was in like, I want to say Racine and areas around Racine.
Absolutely.
So very fucking rural, which to me was so exciting because it was not like anywhere I'd ever been. And this was in my real like loving America period, thinking it was all so exciting and great. I was like, I'm doing the fucking West Wing right now, you know. I'm lost in America with my boss, you know, and we like eating lunch at a you know, like an Indian casino and stuff, and I was like, this is amazing. In hindsight, probably would find it would hit a little different now, I think.
Sure.
Well, I think probably then you also sort of ran up with, there is a Midwest politeness, but there is also this political vitriol. So that as that was crumbling, the politeness has also dwindled. So,
sure,
you know, in rural areas, you're probably dealing with that sort of polite, and also they took our jobs, which was sort of probably, like I said that before, when I drive, because I drive everywhere. And as I drive across the country, the barn vote I knew was going for Trump. I mean, the amount of people painting bald eagles on their barns was never higher. So I was very fearful of where we would land. Yeah.
I just went up to Sequoia National Park over the weekend, and to go there from LA, you drive through Bakersfield and then through some pretty empty Central Valley like farming communities to get up there.
Give us our water.
Yeah, there were some signs about Gavin Newsom and water, and I was sort of wondering, you know, I don't know anything about the politics there, but if I had to guess, I would guess that whatever Gavin Newsom is doing is both not good enough to actually be solving any problems, but also pissing those people off somehow.
It's the perfect. Well, what I would say is, why not put bathwater on these crops? I mean,
why not bathwater?
It just
almonds grown in bathwater.
It's already there. It's right there.
Yeah, exactly. The almonds complaining about sharing the bathwater with me. Anyway, we did see a few flags at half-mast, and this was the day after 9/11. Okay. But I was like, I wonder which of these are half-mast because of 9/11, and which of these are half-mast because of Charlie Kirk.
Right. Charlie Kirk.
Yeah.
100% Charlie Kirk.
99%.
Yeah, and there were a couple that were paired with Trump flags. And then it was funny to me having the American flag at half-mast, but the Trump flag up is a really funny...
Well, I mean, you just want to be a fly on the wall for the conversation about but doesn't that denigrate Trump? It's the American flag that should be half, and Trump is always full, you know.
Right. And then Trump is higher than the American flag if you do that at half-mast. So is that bad? You know, many things to think about.
It's a complicated nation, but definitely the best one.
Okay, so growing up in this complicated nation, being in Wisconsin, you say you were surrounded by lots of British things. I think I have two questions. One, did your parents feel weird about having a kid that had an American accent? Right? Because to me, if I'm go ahead.
Mother mortified as it's almost like I was becoming a boy wolf. And she was curious what to do with this hairy little problem. You know, because I was fully, Mummy, we should do this and have that, you know, and then I'm going off to school and, you know, coming home with certain things and eventually grew a mullet and
wow.
Grew a mullet. Oh, God damn it, I can't get it off my wall. But I grew a mullet. And I had Z's shaved in the side of my head, and I was wearing a starter jacket. And so it was, yes, I was fully becoming something she didn't really know. Now, I still loved England, and this was no part of me, this was not conscious in any way, but she was losing me to the darkness of America slowly.
Yeah, absolutely.
And she hated it. She hated it.
Sure, and just how also insulting to have your kid be so much cooler than you with Z's shaved into his head, you know?
Eyebrows shaved a little too.
Oh, come on.
I rode the bus.
Come on.
Whatever.
It's pretty cool, man. So what was the British shit that you were surrounded with that she was trying to help to get you to be the British baby she wanted?
Well, she fully was. I mean, she just is. She never would shake her Englishness ever. It meant so much to her that her accent stayed strong. She hated. She just shit on America these bloody sirens. Oh, they think they're so important with all their sirens. The menu was always very English, British. The level of tea consumption was, I think she tripled her tea consumption just to make sure that nothing left her. And she was just very traditional. We were sort of alluding to this when you guys were on Next. We have like the Sunday murder mysteries. All the television was English. The music was English. It was always English. Whatever English radio she could have. She was always bringing back suitcases of contraband from the UK so that in the 6 months in between trips, she had enough of everything English.
Sure.
It was just, if you walked into my house, it was very English. And then you'd leave and you'd be in Wisconsin, but it was almost an embassy.
I'm thinking of that bit in Arrested Development where they go to Wee Britain.
Yes.
And the soup of the day is bread and stuff like that.
Yeah.
It's interesting to think about being served English food in Wisconsin because it's not a million miles away from, sort of some of the jokes that people make about British food being beige and brown. Not a million miles away from certain Wisconsin menu items, lots of fried things.
Yeah, sure. I think the knock on the British cuisine, it was basically the more, Wisconsin-y, heartlandy, that's meat, potatoes. I mean, that is a traditionally American variety, and I think that was always sort of the knock on British food. By the way, as a child, I would be like, bacon, bread, and ketchup to me was, I was like, why are we upset with this meal? This seems quite substantial, honestly.
Bacon sarnie, yeah.
Yeah. But I don't know. She really was like always the menu, so many chips. She was, I mean, as we've talked about as well, the curry, not that is a British food necessarily, but it was always a British menu. As my father also sort of started to lean a little more American and become a little bit more American.
Oh, controversial.
Sort of, yeah. so they're no longer together.
And she moved back to the UK, right? Yeah,
correct. Yeah, she moved back, so she lives there.
That's based on what you said. That's a happy ending. I did want to, before we do anything else, I did want to just like analyze a little bit. So you sent us like a fairly long list of stuff that you wanted to cover potentially as like a main topic, right?
And by the way, thank you for that, because I love that. It's so good when people do that, and when guests are like, I don't know, beans. That makes our jobs much harder. And it's basically actually kind of the hardest job on the planet, like even harder than like probably nurse or teacher or that video that always goes around of the shirtless muddy man who's doing this with a big machine. You've seen that, the guy who's like moving the big cog.
Yeah, we need the cog man.
We need the cog man. Our job harder than that man, though, obviously.
No. Well, we pay teachers enough. Go ahead.
You do 3 podcasts as well, so you're sort of
I
like
do
three
the work of
heroes.
teachers.
3 teachers, yeah, exactly, yeah. Anyway,
teachers.
so the long list.
I did want to hit on a couple of these. So we have piercing upper ear cartridge was one of your suggestions for an entire episode of our podcast. I was curious to know where that one came from.
I just felt when I was like a teenager, because I had a large group of friends there, that we all were going to the cartilage piercing. Felt like it was very in vogue, however we say it. Yeah. And I did mine. Yeah, I actually still have a bump because I wanted mine done, and I was with my cousin around the holidays, and we, started drinking quite early, and we were in his attic, British, and we decided that we were going to pierce mine. He decided he was going to pierce mine, and he numbed it with a fish finger, and didn't numb it.
Wait.
Go ahead.
With a frozen fish finger.
Correct. Yeah, ice. Yep.
Holy shit.
Yep. Didn't numb it very well, obviously, because it's not ice. And he pierced it with the stud, not with like a needle. So it went in kind of breaded, and then the next day, I remember I couldn't sleep very well because my ear was killing me. And the next day I went downstairs, and I was sort of like, morning, everybody. There's a new bad boy in town. And everyone was like, your ear is blue. And people would touch it, and I'd go, no. And they go, no, this is infected. So they had to take it out. We had to clean it. And then I had to give it another 2 weeks before eventually I went and actually had it done. But it was sort of it felt like it was the trend for a while there. That location of piercing felt very British to me.
I think if we had known...
Go ahead, Libby.
Yeah, I think if we had known that the reason that you pitched this to us is because you had it done with a fish finger, that might have changed our opinion on whether that's a whole episode. Incredible. That's almost like your sort of Spider-Man origin story of becoming Fish Finger Man. And for Americans who don't know, fish fingers is fish sticks. Yeah. That's a
But I would never numb my ear with a fish stick. That won't do it. A fish finger, way better.
No.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah,
it's like Jack Frost's index.
That's fucking incredible. But I do agree with you that there is something British about that, and I don't know what it is.
I can't put my finger on it either. Like, I don't think it's one of those things. I've actually, I don't know if I want to. Remember that bit in Doctor Who where he eats fish fingers and custard?
No.
Yeah. Ugh. Well, I would never eat that for a YouTube video. I would never do
that.
For a
YouTube video.
I would never do it for a YouTube video.
Views,
That's not something I would ever do. And actually, it actually tasted surprisingly good.
How if you...
It does... I don't think I'd ever noticed that particular piercing, but I read that and I was like, it does feel true to me,
Yeah.
Yeah, it just kind of, it felt... I mean, it happens here and it continued to, but that era, I felt like England started it a bit. I don't know.
Sure. There's something, I suppose there's something of punk about it. I associate it with definitely the cooler girls in school, didn't just get their ears pierced, but they also got an increasing number of all the way up the ear. And you could kind of count how cool they were by how many of these they got. So that I completely buy it.
Yeah, and I think when that was going on, it was like, I don't even remember the, strange signals that but it was like, I think as a kid, if you got your left one pierced, that was okay, but then people started getting both of them. It just felt like that was the one where you just go, I'm not jumping in head first, but I'm a pretty cool guy who smokes cigarettes too.
Yes, there were definitely rumors at our school about which ear you got pierced as a man meant whether you were gay or not.
I think a right ear piercing was gay, but then both I don't know. But that was the one where it was like, yeah, not gay, but also fucking baddie. Yeah, bad boy.
Yeah.
Yes. One ear gay, 2 ears, maybe Shaun Ryder. Actually,
it's
totally
funny
cool.
to even think of that being that's the safe play. But either way, that felt like, and I think it was the left. I still have the bump, like from the infected fish.
You still
finger.
have a crumb embedded in there.
There's still crumb in there.
It has a little tail that sort of wags every now and then.
It just occurred to me that one on your list is, so you wrote Neighbours, which made me think, do you just mean like the concept of British Neighbours? But I think you mean the Australian TV show, right?
Yes. The 6-month delayed Australian show, Neighbours, and it's lesser enjoyable Home and Away. But that hour block in the day or the evening, Neighbours was a huge player when I would go there. And I don't know about so much. Sometimes I go to Australia probably once a year.
Wow.
And it's still going there. It's like being rebooted and stuff. Yeah. It's not the same as it was, but when I was kind of in my younger years and teenage years there, I mean, every night you were watching Neighbours over Coronation Street.
Did
it air right before The Simpsons?
I think it did.
I think it went Neighbours, Home and Away, Simpsons is what I think.
And then at some point, Simpsons on Channel 4, Hollyoaks Simpsons.
Right.
Because Hollyoaks was big. Oh, we got to do a Hollyoaks episode because that was big. I remember Neighbours being on. I never really watched it. My main exposure to it was that whenever my mum said she was going to make, her way of saying, I'm going to make some toast, would you like some, was, I'm going to have some toast, because she heard someone say that on Neighbours and thought it was so funny that every time she said toast, she said toast.
Toast?
It really is. It really is. So they do talk crazy down there. We have to hook you up with our friend Tom, because Tom, who lives in Sydney, also has a British mum who has retained an enormous amount of Tom Walker, who would be a great guest for your show, host of Great Australian Bake Off and the podcast bigsofttitty.png.
Wow. I'm in. No notes.
Can I say
notes, absolutely.
It is crazy to not also mention Demi as well, who also has a British mum.
Okay, can I tell you why I was... she's going to kill me now that I didn't mention it. But the reason that I thought of Tom and not Demi is that the impression that Gareth did of his mum sounded maybe 92% the same as the impression that Tom does.
Yeah, same kind of British
his mum. Yes, Demi's mum, totally different kind of British mum. Mm-hmm. She's Manchester and gin.
So. What a combo. My mother, like I said, Brummy, but the children, she has one brother, 2 sisters, and when they were in school, they had the option of swimming lessons or elocution lessons. And everyone else took swimming. She took elocution.
Wow.
And we have it. At some point, I want to do a joke of this in stand-up, but my uncle, who went swimming lessons, was on a cruise once and was actually drowning off of the side. Like, not like in the middle of the Pacific Ocean or the Atlantic Ocean, but, they were like, docked, and he was having trouble. So he was calling for help, and they couldn't understand him through his Brummie accent. So it was sort of like, you may as well have done elocution if the swimming wasn't going to come in handy.
Help!
But she's got that. Yeah, so she's got the proper one, whereas the rest of the family's more like, traditional like that. Yeah.
Wow. Now I wonder if because we've had a former guest, Slow Puke from Twitch, who lives in Toronto but grew up in Lancashire, and she has the ability to accent switch on a dime. She still has a perfect Lancashire accent that she can do if she wants to. Your Brummie sounded very good.
Well, again, if I'm around Americans, it's very good. If I'm around the English, it gets very bad. Same with Scottish.
Right.
If I can do it around, I'm very lucky that I have enough of it so that I can go, if I'm away, people are like, that was amazing. And then even my brother will be like, no, it's not like that. No, you've got to go deeper. No, you're way off with that. Whereas, and then if I do Scottish around my mother, she won't do it, but she'll be like, no, it's not that.
Oh, the devastation, the absolute
Always.
devastation.
Yeah, and then my brother will do it, and she'll go, that's very good.
Oh, fucking, when older brother gets the praise. We hate when older brother gets the praise, don't we?
Yeah, he's nice, it's the worst.
Yeah, I'm slipping back into Trump. We don't like when older brother gets the praise. We like it when younger brother gets the praise.
We don't like an Eric. We like a Don Jr.
This is why I stopped being the older brother, because all of the older brother hate.
Sure.
Smart.
Very smart.
I had to get out of that.
And people love older sister, to be clear. No one ever has problem.
Really good. Really
Way
strong.
better role.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Learned.
Well, speaking of funny accents, Charlotte, would you like to do British Thought of the Week?
I would love it if you, Libby, did British Thought of the Week.
Yes.
Wow.
Tea's quite nice. What happened to Noel Edmonds? EastEnders. Bloody raining again. How do they make Scotch eggs? Did they finish Brexit or what? That's right, Charlotte. It's British Thought of the Week. And this week's British Thought of the Week, and I should have written down the name of the person who sent it to us, but I'll look it up before we finish the segment, is what's down Reg Mellor's trousers? Do you want to guess?
What's down Reg Mellor's trousers? Well, I, of course, already know because Libby told me.
You already know.
Gareth, what do you think?
I don't know who Reg Mello is.
Well, you wouldn't unless you knew exactly what I was talking about. I'll tell you what's down Reg Mellor's trousers.
Oh,
it's
give him
ferrets.
one guess. Oh, it's
no,
too late.
fuck off. It's ferrets. I'm telling you, it's ferrets. It's ferrets are down there. This British Thought of the Week is about the practice of ferret legging, which seems to have probably emerged in Yorkshire. Although, as Wikipedia tells us, the origin of ferret legging is disputed, and you do love to read a sentence like that, don't you? Mm-hmm. But the main guy that anyone will learn about if you learn about ferret legging is this guy, Reg Mellor. And he was, for a long time, the record holder for ferret legging, which is a practice where you put ferrets down your trousers, close them up, and see how long you can keep them in there.
So was it like a competition, or is it just sort of like, is this like a guys being dudes sort of thing? Like we've just got the ferrets, we're just going to put them down the trousers and just have a bit of fun.
No, it's a competition. I believe held in sort of varying states of formality and pomp and circumstance. But I'm gonna the Reg Mellor is famous because of an article from 1980 something. It doesn't really matter. In the 80s, in Outside magazine. And it was like one of the most, I know, can you believe this? The author of this article persuaded, I know, and he got paid. He got paid by Outside magazine to fly to Yorkshire and interview Reg Mellor. And it was a huge hit. Great success, kind of, like made Outside's name as a magazine. Outside, still hanging on as a company to this day, in part because of Don Katz's article about Reg Mellor, the ferret guy.
Wow.
So just what a time, when you could get paid to do journalism like that.
Yeah.
Anyway, whatever. I'm not going to be mad about it. So Donald Katz wrote this article in the 80s where he interviewed Reg Mellor, who at the time was 72 and is, long since passed, I'm afraid to say. R.I.P.
Ferret
Reg.
got him.
Yeah, eventually.
Finally.
He wanted to be buried with 8 ferrets.
I think it would only have been fair if he had let the ferrets consume his body after passing.
So.
After shoving them down his trousers.
That's what they want, right? I'm realizing I really don't know that much about ferrets. Like, I know they're long. I know they're sort of rodent-like. They might not even be rodent-like. I honestly don't know.
They are
very close. Yeah,
We'll look at a video of them in a sec. I do want to just read from another article that someone interviewed Don Katz about the article he had written. He went on to write a book about weird sports and including ferret legging. Someone asked him, how did you get the idea to do it? He said, when I got to England in the mid-70s, there was this satirical couch and gossip magazine called Private Eye. You ever read Private Eye, Gareth?
I've heard, I remember it. I don't think I've ever read it.
It's
Rings
posh,
a bell, though.
so.
Yeah. Oh. Is that a... Wow. Excuse me.
Just the fact you remembered it.
Excuse me while I get in my aunt's bathwater.
Reading Private Eye and Aunt's bathwater. Oh, this is lovely. I saw a squib in there. Squib, I guess, being a short article in there about someone named Reg Mellor who had retired in disgust from a competition called ferret legging because he was able to do it for so long that everyone in the stands got bored and left.
Wow.
Which is true because for a long time he held the record, which was 5 hours and 26 minutes of
God
having
Jesus.
ferrets in his legs.
Well, at that point, it's not even like you're really like containing the ferret, right? It's not even really like it just becomes normal to you. It's just like the ferret just wants to go out at that point.
He's
really,
just cooking,
right?
hanging out. Yeah, at that point it becomes you've bested everyone.
Yes,
Yeah.
I will say that when I first started looking into this, my naive thought of how the competition worked was that your time is up when the ferret escapes from the trousers. But from the video I have seen, including this one that we're about to watch of Reg Mellor, they just shove them back in there, and the time is up when you are sick of having a ferret in your trousers biting your penis, basically.
Right.
So I wonder what happened at the end of the 5 hours and 26 minutes. Perhaps he just wanted to sit down. Perhaps he needed a wee.
Yeah, he's
like
tired. I mean, that's a long.
He's tired. I'm going to share this window with you guys now.
I'm so excited to get a look into this world.
Yeah, so what we're looking at here is Reg Mellor carrying a plate of what looks like bits of liver.
Okay, I was going to
It's
say...
an interesting start.
Yeah,
Maybe
it's the
bacon,
very first, the very first frame of this video. This is from 1981, the BBC archive. It's quite something. So this is an interview with Reg. Oh, and this is very evocative, isn't it? Looks like there's just a big tub in the garden, also some spades and things.
You said the
This
80s?
is Reg.
Yes, this is the this is
Looks
the
like
80s.
1951.
Oh my god!
Oh
so
my
many
god!
ferrets.
No.
Holy shit! So many
Wow.
ferrets.
Literally like 7 ferrets in a cage. And they
So
are so
ready for
excited to
liver.
see Reg, who has the liver for them.
Oh, he's got the liver.
The
Smoking,
liver king,
obviously.
the OG liver king.
Yeah.
Oh, they
Oh,
love
God,
their liver,
it's
don't
just-
they?
Look at them,
Oh god!
I don't think that's supposed to happen.
horrid creatures.
I would love.
God.
I'm excited to hear from people who have ferrets as pets after this. Okay, they
ones are you
is that
choosing
milk
today?
or just water that they're drinking? That's more.
I think that's just water.
Okay.
You pick 'em, love. So which you
That's
want?
bathwater.
Well, those two at the front, eh?
For this one?
Yes.
Yes.
Which other?
By the way,
Fucking
the
creature.
the
Oh, that's
accent and
nice.
tone of the guy who's interviewing him is fucking fantastic. It's 100%,
Right down.
Chris Morris day-to-day
Well,
brass
just
eye
according to
type shit.
championship rules, I think.
Okay.
And he's so serious. As
No,
the
you
guy
can't seem
tucks
right
his
now.
trousers into his
Right down
socks.
I just put them right inside. You can't.
He's shoving the ferret down the leg.
Why don't you come out into the open air, then we can see what's going on,
Why
eh?
don't you come outside? Let's have a look at you while this
Got one
happens.
poking out at the back.
You got one
Okay.
poking out of the back.
Do the ferrets enjoy this?
No, they don't.
Do
I
they
can't
enjoy
believe-
it?
How long can you keep
No.
a ferret?
This
I'm
is
gonna
sorry.
keep
I'm
shoving
just
them
sort
in.
How
of
long?
watching in awe. But how many? Is that like the fifth ferret that's
Yeah.
gone into
long?
the trousers at this point?
This is
I think it was at least
unbelievable.
3.
Then I
Yeah.
broke it
Yeah.
official.
Hello.
23 out 6 minutes.
What is going on inside your trousers?
They're nosing round.
Do
They're
they
nosing
ever
round.
Bite?
Yeah.
Well, it may be a silly question, but if they bite so hard and hurt you, why do you do it?
Well, that's it. It's a challenge.
Guys being dudes. I'm sorry, guys being dudes.
Did anybody else take it out?
There's 2 or 3 taking it up, and the Chronicle officer's got them challenges.
This is-
A chap was going to do it for the Chronicle office. And
Hang on,
now
your ferret's
Hello.
now it fell through.
He's so
Hello,
matter
nice
of fact
friends.
about all of this. I really love them
Fell through,
poking out of his
know.
ass.
The
And
back.
then they go
yeah,
back in the front.
Yeah,
And then
and
he just
they just get
pops
back
them
in.
back in.
Well,
And
he
they're just
just pops
coming
them
out of the
Fasten up a bit faster,
ass.
didn't you? Because they're going to get away.
No, they won't get away.
So how do they spend their time while they're inside your trousers?
Oh, Jim, walking about. And I've always stressed that they have wide... Get off. Oh, yeah.
It was at this point that we had to abandon.
I just
filming.
realised where he looks
One
like
of
the guy
ferrets had sunk its teeth
from Up.
into a tender part of his
If I'm to
anatomy
describe him sort of
and
visually.
refused to let go.
Just like ever so
Mr.
slightly
Malloy gritted
younger.
his own teeth, administered medication.
Sorry, I need to make sure that people hear what he.
Yeah,
what
of
the,
Get off.
Get off!
Oh, yeah.
It was at this point that we had to abandon filming. One of the ferrets had sunk its teeth into a tender part of his anatomy and refused to let go. Mr. Mellor gritted his own teeth, administered medication, and said yes, he'd had worse before. For in the fast-moving sport of ferret legging, such injuries are commonplace.
This is...
Now, after a fitness test, though, the uncrowned king of the ferret leggers hopes to be back in the game within days.
Okay. So what he said there was that the ferret bit, what I assume is his penis.
Yes.
yes,
Without
I would
question, his
imagine so.
penis.
Mm-hmm.
Or balls. Let's
Penis.
not. Let's.
Penis.
You know, genitalia.
Genitalia.
Penis. That is...
Penis.
There are so many... We are so inundated with content, and I truly, this is one of my favorite things I've seen. I think I said this maybe when you two were on my show. I might be wrong. My adoration for Adam Curtis documentaries.
Yes.
How that has not ended up as a C runner in an Adam Curtis documentary that is the combination
I know.
of journalism with the absurdity and the matter-of-factness of the man who just fed them organs, being like, no, you're the crazy one.
Yes.
This is fine, this is.
I completely agree. It's the sort of bemusedness with which Reg Mellor is talking to this equally bemused journalist. Two people who are just operating on completely different understandings of the world. The journalist coming in saying, why would you want to shove a bunch of ferrets down your trousers? They're going to bite you and your penis and so on. And Reg Mellor saying, well, obviously you would do this because that's why you do something. It's because it's hard, because it's difficult. You know, it's difficult to have
like an athlete.
Yes, exactly, yes. And I think that seems to be how he sort of treated this. I will say his record has since been broken.
Oh my god. Okay, what's the current record?
The current record is 5 hours and 30 minutes.
So not that much more.
Okay.
No, not that much longer. I should also say, obviously, when this has been done in the past, it's been done in a very cruel way where they would, like, you know, beat up the ferrets or take their teeth out or something, which at that point, what's the fucking point? You've just got this useless sock of fur in your pants. You're also not
I've
supposed
said
to...
that before, by the way. That's a little dirty talk from me.
Yeah, the ladies love it. You're not supposed to wear underwear. That's one of the rules. So you're not supposed to wear underwear.
Okay. Do you think that these guys want ferrets to bite their cocks?
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Yeah? Cool. Just so we're on the same
I will
page.
also posit the theory that there's the penis doesn't necessarily know. Like, I guarantee you there is some level of arousal occurring when the ferrets are roaming around if they're not biting. This is a very strange activity in a number of ways. But if that is grazing the jennies over and over again, I would imagine that some of the men are also aroused.
Sure. I mean, I think men can get aroused by basically, like, you know, brushing against a kitchen table in the right way. So the idea that you have this warm thing kind of doing circuits around the base of your penis, I'm sure that at least one Yorkshireman has gone, hey, that's a bit nice, isn't it? At some point in the past. Allegedly, one of Mellor's tricks was to ensure that the ferrets were well fed before inserting them into his trousers.
Yes, it seemed.
Okay, sure.
Yes, that's why he fed them liver, so much liver.
Basically making sure they're chill, because
But
it
still,
seems
his
like
cock got bitten during that.
yes, I mean, we've kind of given them a thirst for blood, I think.
Yeah, true.
You know, it's reminded them about the lovely taste of flesh. I do think that it sort of seems like he had maybe a somewhat better approach than at least previous ferret leggers had, because he was said you can't file the teeth, or he said in the Don Katz article he says you can't dope them, which I think is really funny. The idea of doping in the doping scandal of the ferret legging community being giving your ferret some gabapentin before you put it down your pants.
What is the point?
He says the ferrets must have a mouthful of teeth. No filing of the teeth, no clipping, no dope for you or the ferrets. You must be sober. And he says, okay, interesting, because the Wikipedia says that he is credited with the practice of feeding them, but he says the ferret must be hungry, though any ferret will eat your eyes out even if he isn't hungry. So, Reg Mellor, which is it?
Well, unfortunately, he's not around to answer that question.
I will ask him. I will ask him in heaven when I meet him.
Yeah, we could find the widow, maybe. I don't know, but
yeah, exactly.
No,
yeah,
we'll wait for heaven. That's the plan.
Well, you
the plan.
you handle it how you want to handle it.
I know we haven't been podcasting for quite as long as you, but I think Libby's got this figured out. We're waiting for heaven, and then we'll do the interview there. We'll pick back up.
Make sure to record it.
we're waiting for heaven.
Do a Godcast.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, I mean, I don't know. It's we have our chart of silly British sports, which ranges from.
Certainly got to be the high. I mean, I don't think you can beat it. I'll be totally frank.
If we're doing a tier list, this is obviously S tier. We have a different one, which is a four-way sort of political compass style thing, where it's harmful to harmless and stupid bullshit to, what is it, charming or something?
Charming,
nice?
yeah. Again, it's a really good format for the podcast, is to have like a four-way axis that we have to put in a quadrant. To explain where
we have to explain it every time.
We have to explain it, and also I have to say we don't have that image pulled up this time, and I'm still struggling to picture it. But what we can do is we can say it's definitely harmful, right? We know
it's
that
for sure harmful.
It's absolutely banned for the ferrets, and then also penises getting bit
for the penises. Yeah,
so
bad
that's
for the
bad.
penises.
And it also sounds like it's not fun to watch, right? Yeah. Which really makes me want to say it is stupid bullshit as well.
I would think that if you were to watch someone not enjoy it, that would be more enjoyable. But again, I would really be suffering from worrying about the ferrets the whole time.
Sure. And I think it's not really done anymore. The Wikipedia talks about a couple of attempts actually doing it in America. There was apparently a national ferret legging event held in Richmond, Virginia from 2003 to 2009. Seems like it's
6
not really
years.
done. Yeah, it's a long ass time.
That's a new record.
Yeah. I think better to do nice things with ferrets, like sort of give them a little bath or watch them.
And then get in after them.
Get him after them. Yeah, exactly.
Feed them liver.
Liver in the bath. Okay.
Yeah, bath liver, absolutely.
Ferret having a nice relaxing bubble bath with, like women get those, sorry, not to gender it, people get those trays that they put in their bathtub where they can have a book and a wine
very
glass.
Familiar with the tray, yes.
Women like to have a nice time in the bath. It's not a tactical tray, so it's not for man bath. I think that's fine.
I'll
allow it.
Fight everyone on this. I like a bath, and I bring in things, and I wine and dine. Now, it might not be tray life, but there's alcohol, there's entertainment. It's a thing.
Right. You're not doing everyday carry in the bath.
No, that's true.
Anyway, it's nice to think about a ferret having a big plate of liver in the bath.
It is nice.
Yeah. I agree. I think best not to do this to the ferrets, which are lovely little creatures. But it is funny to think about. Also, final insane fact about this. Donald Katz, who wrote the article about ferret legging in the 1980s, went on to found audible.com.
Okie dokie. Well, there we go.
So he's probably one of the richest guys.
So just keep trying, everybody. You'll find your lane.
You'll get there. In my head, he's the guy that says, Audible hopes you have enjoyed this program. That's him.
Well, he's shaking a ferret out of his pant leg.
That's right. Well, that was ferret legging, Charlotte. Would you like to move on to our big main topic?
I would. I do want to just say, though, if anybody does have any ideas for British thoughts of the week. No, we do need to say this, Libby, or else we're going to run out and it's going to be really bad. Did you ever find out who sent us this one, by the way?
I'll do that right now. It was in the Instagram DMs. That's why I didn't have it pulled up.
Well, that's one place you can send it to. People do like to do that. Send it to us on Instagram. Or you can send us an email to whatsallthispost@gmail.com. And I do want to say as well, I want to make a special note. You don't have to have like a story like figured out. One of my favorite British thoughts of the week was just when someone said, "Why do lawyers in the UK wear those wigs?" And they had nothing else, and I just figured it out myself, and that was really good. So if you just have a question, you can also send that to us.
Yes, leads are just as valuable as links. Emily Schaefer Lambropoulos, thank you so much for sending us the ferret legging thing.
Thank you.
That's a
Thank
posh
you.
name.
Chocolate.
It's time to talk chocolate. We're talking British chocolate, so Maltesers was the one that you brought us, Gareth, and we thought, well, that's not enough. But now I'm excited to hear your crazy story about how you got a Malteser stuck up your ass or something, because I know you have one on deck. I do.
That's what I said when I put it up there.
Okay, I did a really, what I realize now is a really mean thing, which is that I was like, I want to try some British chocolate for the podcast. And so this would have been, so I'm holding up a bag to the camera that says the Candy Bar, which is a place that I discovered that has a bunch of British chocolatey treats. And so I thought I would buy this. Now, if we were doing an in-person recording, this would be great.
We'd all try it.
We could hand these around. Everyone could look at them and go, "Oh, we could review them." But instead, what I've done is I've just gotten a bunch of chocolate for myself that I'm going to be eating over the course of the next month or so.
That's nice.
But it was important for me that I did, at the very least, get myself a little bag of Maltesers.
75p?
75p. That's
Wow.
not what I paid.
I was going to
for
say
this. 186 calories per pack. That's very important as well.
It doesn't seem that bad.
Yeah, it's not bad.
It's not bad at all.
No.
Why Maltesers, Gareth? Why was that? Why was that of the British chocolates?
They just controlled my youth. Maltesers just completely consumed and controlled me. It was, as we alluded to before, the Crunchie was a real contender for me, and there are a lot of good. And you have to say that I do still think that the chocolate in the British chocolate is the superior. The Crunchie.
Thank you.
Okay,
Thank
I just
you.
held up for the non-video people. I've held up my Crunchie. You should go on before I show the rest of these now.
Well, it just was, the Maltesers just, I don't know, the right amount of really crispy crunch. You got things that were fully cut, came in a bag. They just had a lot going for them. And I remember when I tried in the U.S. Whoppers, because someone was like, "Oh, they make Maltesers here. They're called Whoppers." And I thought, no, there's a taste in here that's wrong. Maltesers they just controlled and consumed my childhood. Every time I went there, the first thing I got was Maltesers. I ate tons of Maltesers. You know, as a child, when people go, "Oh, you have a thing," and then they just overdo it with the thing. Everyone always gave me Maltesers. As a fat child, I could have a lawsuit against Maltesers. I'd go to the cinema, and you could get a small little popcorn version of Maltesers. It just was the greatest chocolate to me possible.
Very well argued, I would say. I too loved Maltesers. I don't know if they were ever my main guy, but I definitely used to get Maltesers Easter eggs. Did your mum buy you Easter eggs in the British fashion?
Yes.
Yeah, in the big. Very important that it have a huge amount of plastic packaging.
Yes.
And have one egg made of whichever chocolate it is, hopefully Cadbury. Yeah. And then, with it comes a bar of that. And obviously, as a kid, you always thought, oh, wouldn't it be great to have a filled egg that was, then 4 inches high or something. Imagine if that was filled with cream egg filling. Because
I would always get the
Crunchie.
cream egg and sort of think, well, maybe there's just like one of these Easter eggs that they just like happen to have completely filled up with the cream egg filling.
They done it accidentally, yeah.
Yeah, just for me. Just
and
as a little
the
present.
chocolate orange was always a part of those as well.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Chocolate orange. Oh, what a treat. I'm glad you can get those reasonably easily in the US. But I
Yes.
don't know, Gareth, have you done the thing that I done a lot in LA of going to the various British stores that sell... Yeah, so we got the King's Head in Santa Monica. That's pretty reliable.
Yep.
Big selection.
There's one in Thousand Oaks that I love. It's a tiny Scottish woman who runs it, and she
Oh,
is
now that's fun.
such a character.
While you're talking about this, I'm going to open up my bag of Maltesers
Bitch.
and give my review. So we should explain what a Malteser is, I guess, as well, right?
Oh,
because it is.
I don't think I could, actually.
You don't think
It's
you
like
could?
a chocolate ball with a kind of little cookie crunch in the middle.
Yeah,
Well, it's
but it's like
honeycomb, isn't it?
malted.
Oh,
It's
is it
not-
honeycomb?
It's not honeycomb because that's crunchy. Let's look at.
I
You know
know.
what?
I know. Crunchie is honeycomb, but I'm pretty
I
sure
love
Malteser is.
I
they're
love
like,
the arguing of chocolate as grown-ups.
Yeah, no, it's important.
I
I'm gonna
know.
stand
Hey,
by it.
Libby, I know what a crunchy is.
I know.
Even just seeing Charlotte.
I know.
be
Okay,
able to
so
have
I'm
that.
I'm learning some great stuff from the
Okay.
Wikipedia page, and this is my first time opening the Wikipedia page. It says they are a spheroid malted milk center.
Steroid?
No, spheroid.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Right. No wonder you love them so much. You're hooked on them.
Oh, I'm
Okay, I
getting
was
good.
wrong. I was emphatically wrong. That is absolutely not honeycomb. I don't know where I got that from. Libby wins.
Well, it's got a honeycomb-like texture, so it has
it does have a honeycomb
the
texture, yeah.
irregular bubbles of a crunchy, where some bubbles are big and other bubbles are small, but the bubbles are entirely made of malted milk, I guess.
The malted.
Okay. It has been a long time since I've had a Malteser.
Let's get a pick.
That fucking rules. That is
Yeah.
so good.
Yeah,
That
they're
is
really,
so,
really
so
good.
I'm sorry to be eating these and being like this.
No,
I'm
it's
having
good to
It's
know.
whatever.
a lovely treat, but that is way better. So creamy, that chocolate.
Mm-hmm.
The inside so lovely and light. I'm so excited to eat more of those because I guess I got it in my head that it was honeycomb. And the thing for me is that I never actually really. I think I tried to convince myself I like the crunchy,
Wow.
but sometimes the honeycomb innard of the crunchy was like a little too. Like I feel like it destroyed the roof of my mouth sometimes. Like it was a little too much on occasion.
glassy. Yeah.
No, for sure.
I think that is but the thing about the crunchy is there's nothing like it in America.
Yes.
It is so uniquely. I always was like, how have they not stolen? Like we eventually got Caramello,
Yeah.
which offered the caramel, another delicious treat, but
Mm-hmm.
the crunchy just never replicated here at all.
Yep. No, I agree that it is baffling because it's one of those things where it seems like an obvious like layup for Americans. For example, in the UK, the chunky Kit Kat with peanut butter is widely available and is so fucking good. And you would think that
Yeah.
would be a mainstay for America, the land
Americans-
of peanut butter.
they love peanut butter and chocolate in
Love it.
Me
America.
too. I
Yeah.
also do. It's really good, and I
And
don't
you're
know why.
there.
And I'm there, and I'm one now, and I think it should happen. I think it's crazy that they don't sell those here. They just, I don't know, whatever. But the crunchy, which is full of sugar, essentially.
Yeah.
Honey, honey. It's called honeycomb, but it's just sugar. It's just like very slightly caramelized sugar. Again, is unhealthy enough and sugary enough and outrageous enough to feel extremely American, right? Am I crazy?
No, I mean, especially with Trump and the inside's gold. If there's ever a time for us to,
Right.
Maybe they sell them
Wow.
as Trump. Maybe we get them if we convince him to sell them as Trump bars.
that would be possible. Yeah,
Yeah.
just make it be Wonka. That is, there it is, and it's even got the little golden line in the center of the extra
Yeah.
honeycomb.
So I just took a bite into my crunchy, and I do feel like my teeth are now about to fall out.
Yes, and it gets stuck in there. That center, much like the center of a Butterfinger bar in the US, it really lodges itself in your teeth. I'm quite the chocolate head. You'll learn throughout this episode. I eat a lot of chocolate.
Good.
It's very good. I was going to say my preferred store for British stuff in LA is actually an Irish store. It's Kitty O'Shea's in Eagle Rock.
Yeah, that's right near where my brother lives. I'm trying to think of, that one is also fantastic.
It's a good spot. Their hours are very limited, but it's definitely the most convenient option for me. I think World Market sometimes sells some proper British Cadbury. I should say also before we move on from the idea of British Cadbury being different than American Cadbury, I actually wrote an article in my previous life as a journalist about this. And by article, I mean just copied a bunch of stuff from other articles, not in a plagiarism way, but in an aggregation way that is fine, apparently, that everyone said is fine to do.
People need that. They need that information aggregated.
Yes.
That's right. And the New York Times reported in 2007 that the reason that it is different in the US, because if you buy a bar of Cadbury at CVS or wherever, which you can do if you want to, it's still going to be different Cadbury than if you buy it in the UK or an imported one. And apparently, and this was again in 2007, what the company does is ship its specially formulated chocolate crumb, which is a mash of dried milk and chocolate to which cocoa butter will be added later. What happens next accounts for the differences. So they don't say obviously what it is, but they make it taste different because Americans are used to a different style of chocolate than
right.
I think if they just sold it, it would be just do it normal. What are you doing? Yeah.
I think it always seems more like milky chocolate in the British version. The American version tastes a little more.
Yeah.
It just tastes more unnatural, which is pretty much how it all goes over here.
Well, have you guys
gotta be
come across the thing about why American chocolate tastes like vomit?
Yes, I have come across this.
No. So this is one of those things I've heard like a lot.
I'm eating
vomit?
Like
vomit. I have a hard time sort of fact checking this exactly because it does feel like one of those things that is like it gets
repeated
talked about a lot. Now
Mm-hmm.
it gets repeated a lot in a way that I'm not entirely sure what is and isn't true. But the sort of census is that it was a Hershey's thing originally. That part of the process of making Hershey's, in particular, keeping the shelf life of the milk, resulted in either the creation or the need to add butyric acid.
There it is. It's always something like that.
Which is like it is like something that you find in vomit, and also Parmesan cheese.
Yes,
like those are the like that kind of like sickly kind of milk gone off taste. That is something that is like baked into the foundations of American chocolate. And then the most hearsay thing that I'm not entirely sure is true is the idea that this chemical, the butyric acid, is like added to other American chocolate because the American palate is used to the taste of Hershey's chocolate. So that's sort of like the. I'm not going to do much fact checking here, but that's the gist at least.
America's quite a place. Really, when you are putting chemicals in because it's palate based, is really where you have to start to wonder what's happening.
I do think that you would be hard pressed to come up with a better metaphor for the problems with America than they put a thing that tastes like sick in chocolate and everybody
because we're used to it.
Because we're used to it and everybody buys it and loves it because they don't know any better and think they want it, and they use it to make the chocolate milkshakes at Burger King, and Hershey's is this enormous fucking company, and nobody actually thinks about, hey, is this actually bad because it's got the vomit thing in it?
Never. I mean, that is but it is true. That does make sense. I mean, it just always tastes more. It sounds like such a stupid thing, but more natural. It always tastes more natural.
Yes. Cadbury's is definitely like, to me, like they turn up the flavor dials a little bit on all aspects. Bit more chocolatey, bit more sweet, bit more salty, bit more rich. It is better. Yeah. There was one thing from the New York Times article that I just read they interviewed the owner of Tea and Sympathy, which is a big like British store in New York City. And she said her theory is that partly British chocolate bars melt more quickly. And And so she says she actually cuts back on the amount she stocks in the summer. She says, I can't afford to keep the AC on all night, or a chocolate bar would cost $10, wouldn't it? Wouldn't it? You can just hear her saying that.
Wouldn't it?
Wouldn't it? It would cost a tenner, wouldn't it? I have no idea how she sounds, but in my head, that's how
like
she sounds.
that, for sure.
Just like that, I think. Yeah.
Just like that. But yes, Cadbury
Cooper.
melts. Yes.
Now we're all
absolutely.
doing Tommy.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. That is absolutely a thing for me, that Cadbury's does melt easily. Many such cases of Cadbury melting and squishing.
Buttons. I mean, when you got a thing of buttons and you just go, well, now it's just the liquid package.
Now it's just one button. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, one big button.
I didn't get any buttons. I am realizing that I've like completely, like 100% like bought like way too much chocolate for the purposes of doing this podcast, which is...
Well, it's a good reason to do it, though.
Yes, exactly. But I'm going to just sort of like go over the stuff that I do have. I did get myself a Whisper Gold, which I do not believe I've ever actually had before. This is like, it's like the bubbly chocolate, kind of like an Aero, but it also has like caramel in it as well. I got myself some little babies, because I do remember enjoying these. I got myself a Chomp.
Yep.
35p. Fudge. Also 35p.
Fudge, so straightforward.
We mentioned it earlier, I did get myself a picnic bar.
Save it for me, please.
Well, we will.
So good.
When you're here, Libby, we'll go to the shop with the nice lady who honestly had like way too much. I was like, I'm going to be coming back here like multiple times, and it's like frustrating to me how much stuff you have here. She had potato chips, cheese and onion, and I was like, I really want to try those. We talked about that on our crisps episode with Pat, and I was like, I've got to try that. But yeah, the picnic has nuts and fruit in it, which means it's really bad, and you're really cool if you eat it. I have a Star Bar. That's Libby's thing. I have a Star Bar.
I don't remember that one.
Star Bar, I feel like, is, for some reason, I associate it with Scotland. I have no idea why, but to me, Star Bar, not a thing in the south, a thing in the north. No idea why. Never saw them, never really got them. Curly fucking whirly.
I've got the curly whirly.
No rules.
I want to dip into the curly whirly.
Lawless bar.
Absolutely lawless bar, and a ridiculous thing. In my memory of eating the curly whirly is that the chocolate would always immediately flake off of the chewy caramel center. It's much like a flake, hard to eat in that way.
This thing
also
is
probably
crazy.
cost saving, because it's so much
less
space.
It's less, yeah. To me, a curly whirly was something, and this is also true of the fudge and the chomp, something you would only get in a like Christmas multi-pack of Cadbury's. You get those big, the long guys that have a snowman on the front or whatever. And
or sometimes its own stocking shape.
Yeah. Oh, fucking hell. God. Did you have the...
Curly whirly is like, it's like ropes of like toffee caramel, like intertwined with each other. So it does have some holes in it. I remember there being a really good curly whirly and a really bad one. This one is really good. Like the toffee in it is not too hard, because it can get like crazy chewy, but this was still chewy but nice and soft. That's a good curly whirly.
That's a good curly whirly.
Oh,
yeah.
So good.
Yeah.
Now, what are the thoughts on the double decker?
I got myself a double decker. I think I maybe have had one of these once. I actually don't really know what the fuck is in that. It's like little balls and maybe some nougat.
Same with the ferret game. Let me also ask you about the penguin.
Oh, I'd love to talk about a penguin.
Remember the penguin?
I do remember the penguin. Now, I am like, so penguin is like, it's like chocolate biscuit bar, right?
Yes.
That's the
They would come in
lunchbox staple for me. The penguin.
Yes, right. Penguin's perfect size for a lunch snack, indeed. But they'd come in a package of 8 different colors. I don't remember if they were different flavors. I don't think they were. I think it was just different colors.
They did sell like mint and orange ones, I think. But when you got the pack, they just had different colors, just to add a little bit of variety to the grey life of the British school child.
Right. Yes, just some color.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. No, they were fucking great. And to me, there was a divide in the classroom between those of us who were packed off to school with a penguin in their lunchbox and people who had a club bar. Do you remember clubs?
Yes, I do remember clubs. I think I was mostly on penguin, but I do remember sometimes we would be doing the club bar. But they're pretty similar, right? It's like...
Hare and the Hounds is the British shop in 2000. Sorry, keep
Oh,
going,
okay,
Charlotte.
great. I'm going to go there for sure. Okay, so I've Googled club bar, and what it is doing is showing me clubs and bars. So I'm going to Google club
That's
bar
what you want.
chocolate.
I think
and
both of
I'll-
them, it's like two like chocolate biscuits surrounding like a chocolate sort of like, it's not like a paste. Some
Oh, right,
softer chocolate
right.
inside surrounded by more chocolate. It's chocolate on chocolate on chocolate. But it,
Right.
and for people who know a Tim Tam, it's basically that as well.
Yes,
oh, yeah.
right.
Penguin and Tim Tam, very similar. Yeah. My fucking internet's being... Here we are. I'm going to show you a picture of the inside of a club.
I'd love to see a picture
just
of
a bar.
the inside of a club. Okay, club bar, very completely different than I remembered
Well,
it being.
The ratios are different, but the concept is very similar. This white filling here is obviously white, not chocolatey. I assume that's just basically sugar. The biscuit is much bigger, and there's, I would say, less chocolate overall than the penguin, which was much more chocolate forward. And the biscuit inside a penguin was a chocolate biscuit.
Looks very Kit Katty.
It is a bit Kit Kat, yeah. And
Kit Kat.
I remember them being sort of stout. They're made by McVitie's,
Of course.
which, as we know, is a biscuit or cookie, as you Americans would call it.
Biscuit.
Penguin. I'm going to look up penguin pick now. Oh God, they look so fucking.
I really
good.
forgot about them until we just started going through these. Because it wasn't like something you really. It wasn't like some of the other chocolates we're talking about, but if you were handed one, you ate it without question.
Yeah.
Penguin, you are going to get in the multi-pack. You're not going to the... You're not, looking at all of the chocolate bars in the
Yeah,
news
right, it's
agents
not a
and
single.
picking
Yeah,
up a
right.
penguin from there, although you would say pick up a penguin. That was
You would
part
say
of it,
pick up
right?
a penguin. That's right.
That's what they said.
So here we have a side by side of Penguin and Tim Tam, and Penguin is simply bigger. It is the older brother to the Tim Tam, the much more beloved and respected older brother, perhaps, to the Tim Tam.
I think you are being very, very... You're on thin ice right now, Libby. Be careful. If you have Australian
that is
listeners...
not something I would ever say, personally.
Yeah,
That's kinda
I
crazy that you
also...
said that.
I love my Australian fans. I'm not going to... Tim Tams are great, so... You do that, whatever, but I'm not going to... No, I can't... I gotta
But we do fucking hate Vegemite on this podcast. That shit
Yeah.
As you
completely
should.
sucks.
Yes. Yes.
Marmite all the way. If you eat Vegemite, you're a
Without
crazy person,
question.
etc., etc.
Without question.
I have a couple left that I wanted to show because
Sure.
I bought too much chocolate. I did just get a straight up Galaxy bar as well.
Oh, great.
Just
They've
normal.
changed their packaging a lot.
Yeah, they
have
did.
changed it. It's called Smooth Milk.
Smooth.
It says
was
brighter
my rap
futures. It's supporting the Young Women's Trust, so that's nice. Thank
That's
you.
Okay, this
always
is
nice.
interesting.
That's-
Because Galaxy to me was the chocolate bar aimed at women in a way
Yes.
that obviously Dairy Milk was for everybody, but Galaxy was the ads where it had a woman like lying on bed with silk sheets and she's obviously jerking off, and then immediately afterwards is enjoying her Galaxy, and she doesn't need a man because she has Galaxy.
right.
Similar to, I think it's actually the same. It must be the same company because the font and stuff is the same as Dove in the US.
It is, I believe, even the same chocolate. I think
Yeah.
Galaxy is Mars, right? If I remember
Yeah.
correctly. I did also. I'm gonna eat a little bit of this Galaxy chocolate right now because it's been a while. I eat Dairy Milk fairly often because you can get it pretty easily here in Canada. But I haven't had Galaxy chocolate in a while, and I do remember really loving it.
It's really becoming... you started by apologizing, and I thought there's no need to apologize. But now I am starting to have a real... a fear of milking out. I am experiencing a good amount of jealousy as you continue to just pull out more and more chocolate. And dare I say, Libby, what's driving me extra crazy is Charlotte's just having tiny bites, and when we're done here, she'll have 40 bars ready to be polished off in the afternoon.
Yeah. I like so far Charlotte has said, "Oh, I have so much chocolate." Suddenly, in my peak chocolate eating years, this would be no big deal to me. I could polish off a fucking whole sleeve of penguins, no problem. A whole bag of one of the big bags of buttons, no problem. I think it's it's very possible we're going to run into each other at the Hare and Hounds later today with armfuls.
Move. My mother will come stay with me around the holidays, and I will probably put on 8 pounds of quality street weight every year.
Quality street, yeah.
I'll
See,
get those.
we were more of a roses or
Roses, no shame there.
Yeah, or mini heroes. Mini heroes like came out when I was young. I feel like I remember them hitting the market. And it was just small versions of Cadbury bars like Crunchie.
Also I don't think this was an American thing ever, but you would get a box of chocolates and you would hand them around and everyone would look at the little chocolate key. And we would all sort of study and be like, oh, what's the... And you'd have to go, oh, the circle, but it's not the full circle. It's a half... I think it's an orange cream. And you'd go, oh, okay. And you go, oh, that's not... And then you'd like a joint. You'd pass it to the next person. And then they would be looking at their key and they'd go, oh, that's not... Sometimes you'd eat it before you'd look at the key. You'd go, what is that? A bit of a crispy caramel. Quite nice. It's quite nice.
Only the bravest members of the family are biting in before they look at the key because what if it's something horrible? You know, what if it's
that's the risk you take. And then remember when you'd pull the little sheet and you go, oh, there's another round underneath it. Oh, the joy.
Oh, my God.
Another miracle.
Yes.
No, but then you're like nearing the end and you're just like, why are there so many oranges and where have all of the purples gone?
Well, that would happen with the quality streets too. Yeah. And you'd go, it's just mints.
Yeah, mints. Yeah. And like they had so many different versions of just like fudge, which again, I wasn't a big one on the fudge. You know, I much prefer a caramel to a fudge or anything with crunchy or nuts. You know, that was good.
Or then sometimes you'd bite into a ball and it would you'd go, oh my God, it's just rum. What is this?
Yes, absolutely.
What the fuck is this thing?
Anytime you get pranked with a fucking, this one's cherry liqueur. You fucker, you made it look like a cherry.
And it's just dribbling and you're going,
yeah, exactly. Oh, I don't like this at all.
It's like a ferret with liver.
That's basically how I felt as my whole childhood. You know, as the younger sibling, I'm basically ferreting around, just trying to get whatever I was allowed. I mean, genuinely, I remember my brother, whenever we got a box of roses, it was basically understood, Libby will never get to have one of the strawberry ones because her brother will always get all the strawberry ones. And it was, to me, it was like, oh, okay, I guess. Fine. In my head, that is associated with his autism. Like, it was a sort of autism accommodation as like, well, he only likes the strawberry one, so sorry, mate, you're just going to have all the others.
Okay.
Yeah,
if I was in that situation, I would definitely be using my autism to make sure that I was eating all of the strawberry ones.
Yeah.
Like, 100%. Like, if that's going to get me out of it, like, of course I'm going to do that.
Oh, now I really wish I had been diagnosed so I could have said, well, I've got it too. So it looks like...
He has strawtism, actually. It's
strawtism, let's go. Let's fucking go. I can't believe how evocative your description of the passing the chocolate box around at Christmas was. I feel like I'm really, really back there and I'm sort of wondering, do we have the same family? Because the conversation is the same.
It felt like there were 80 of us and somehow it was almost like the menorah. It was the wax, the oil lasted so much longer. You couldn't believe how long this thing would be passed around and people dribbling different sorts of caramel or whatever it would be, dribbling down their faces, asking across the room, what was this one? Bit orangey, what was it?
I was always a fan of the cappuccino one. If you got the one from Thornton's, that had like a cappuccino one, which was white chocolate and had like little bits of... chocolate on top and then a coffee center. So good. Well, Charlotte, do you have any more chocolate to eat in front of us or do you want to just rank chocolate?
I actually do have more chocolate to eat in front of you, Anne. What would you like me to do? What if you could sort of eat chocolate through me? What would you like me
to eat in front of you next, people?
This is starting to feel a little bit live Jasmine. I don't like it. What have you got again? Picnic?
I got a picnic. I got a Whisper Gold. I got a Star Bar. I got a Double Decker. I got a Milky Bar as well.
Oh, Milky Bar.
I'm curious about what's the Whisper tweak? The Whisper Gold?
The Whisper Gold.
And now, see, I feel like it looks like a Crunchie.
It does. It's crunchy like in terms of the
Whisper
packaging.
was like almost a dehydrated inside chocolate where
it's bubbly, yeah.
Yeah, it was like the ghost of chocolate. But what's the
It's-
gold part?
It's like an arrow, but then it's just got some caramel on top.
Okay. See, that's good. That's a good tweak on a whisper to me. A little bit of
will say-
something a little more liquidy.
I think having just tried that, I feel like it gets in the way of the bubbles. I feel like the nice thing about the arrows, it's got that sort of like it's really soft, you know? And then with the caramel, it's sort of like getting in the way of that softness. I feel like I'm not enjoying the texture as much.
Sure.
This is my review of the Whisper Gold. Thank you, everybody.
Great review.
I think it's good.
I was always more of a fan of the Whisper than the Aero, mostly because the chocolate itself was better, because Aero was Nestle, and Nestle chocolate not as good as Cadbury.
Yeah.
The bubbles on a Whisper are much, much finer. They're very, very small. I'm trying to think. I'm sure there's a coffee equivalent of this. There are some coffees where the bubbles are really, really, like the foam is really, really dense and fine.
I don't know enough about coffee.
Don't know
to
enough
help you
about
out
coffee.
here. Sorry.
Yeah, I'm floundering. I'm absolutely out at sea. But yeah, the Whisper to me was always better because and also essentially it was more chocolate per chocolate bar because the bubbles were smaller. With Aero, you get these huge cavities of just air where there's no fucking chocolate.
No,
you know?
it was a smart business model. They probably saved a lot of money.
Oh, yeah.
I agree, though.
Exactly.
The Whisper superior.
Thank you.
Well, there we go.
Thank you. Thank
The
you.
fudge, you also have a fudge, do you not?
I do have a tiny fudge, and I do feel like this was my go-to chocolate bar to actually
Really?
pick up. One of the go-tos. I would either get a Lion bar if I was feeling
very
really
good.
hungry. I really
Now,
love
Lion,
a bar.
a bit Rice Krispie, correct?
Yeah, it's
sort
got
of?
the Rice
Yeah.
Krispies inside of it. It's nice and bumpy. They
Chocolatey,
didn't have
yeah.
any, unfortunately, at the candy bar here in Toronto, but I have a feeling I could ask her to get some and that she would do it for me now. She also did actually say, you should come back at Christmas. We're going to have roses. We're going to have Quality Street. And I was just like, you're my new mum. Sorry, mum. Let me try the fudge.
The fudge it's strange to hear it's your go-to because to me, if I got like a pack, fudge would be in the bottom 3 for me
Me too.
because it was so simple. It's just chocolate
what I liked about
fudge,
it.
right? Yeah, see,
It's
I
just
don't
chocolate covered in a little bit of fudge. It's nice and small.
Definitely
35p.
gets eaten, no doubt.
You know?
Buttons last for me out of the whole thing, if
Wow.
I'm being honest. Just
Interesting. Yeah.
delicious, but again, just sort of plain.
Mhm.
Yes.
Yeah, fair
Fudge
enough.
and chomp definitely at the bottom for me. Buttons are a good sort of like that one is a sort of like tiding you over type chocolate. It's
Yeah.
not a whole chocolate eating experience. It's I need some chocolate, the buttons will do. But to me, a fudge and a chomp were really just a chore, honestly. Not interested in it because it's not enough chocolate. The main deal is this big brick of fudge, which is not all that interesting to me. And chocolate better than fudge.
All right. Libby's had her say. Real quick,
Oh,
did
yeah.
you guys like a fuck with a Mars bar?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, I fucked
But
with the Mars bar.
I would fuck with a Mars bar, but this is maybe the American in me. I would, if I'm going to go Mars bar, I would rather Snickers. I want the
Okay.
Oh,
crunch.
You want
I
the
like a
Mate.
Mars bar, but I miss the crunch.
I got a Snickers the other day. I was really hungry, and I just was at Target, and I promise I was trying to buy something healthier or better just to eat as a quick snack. But I saw the Snickers, and I just thought, that's for me. And I think it did ruin my day to a degree because it's quite a lot of sugar to eat at once, and I ate the whole thing.
Yeah. You have no choice.
I had no choice. What was I going to do? But wrap it up and put it in the cupboard like some kind of
I know.
fucking
I've got like a
moron?
fucking Tupperware. When I've taken one bite, I'm putting it in the Tupperware to save it for later.
Well, you're
I mean,
doing something insane. So
in fairness, I
brave.
do have like 15 chocolate bars, and it is crazy, and I'm trying to exercise some restraint here. The thing I wanted to say, Mars bar in UK is Milky Way in the US,
Oh,
And-
right.
and Milky Way in UK is closest to Three Musketeers
Yes.
in US.
That's right.
And I go ahead.
Remember the Snickers?
Mm-hmm.
The marathon.
Used to be
For
called
f-
Marathon
For
in,
whatever
in
reason.
the UK. Yes. The best guess is that because they maybe thought Snickers sounded too much like Knickers, and so they named it to Marathon.
That
And
is
then
pretty good.
Yeah, it is. I think it's a pretty good guess. I don't think they have any like we don't have any. That's just like the prevailing theory.
Well, it's
But they
also
changed
funny
it.
to imagine in a nation that considers putting ferrets down your pants a sport that they were like, we don't want to do anything weird with our chocolate bars.
I can't be seen eating a pants bar because
This
that would be
almost
too
sounds like
humiliating.
knickers. Now, if you'll
Yeah.
excuse me, a ferret's nibbling my cock.
I must just extract it before I go to the pub. Yeah.
Pardon.
Strange.
I got to get this out of my system, and then we will rate it. But the thing I discovered is that the reason it's Mars in the UK and it's Milky Way in the US is because Mars, the company, is still owned by the Mars family, and it was like the originator of the Mars family. His son invented the Milky Way, allegedly.
Wow.
In the US. And then when he asked his dad, can I have a portion of the company? His dad was like, no. So he moved to the United Kingdom and started a second Mars company and made the Mars bar. And it was an exact replica. Well, tweaked a little bit, but basically exactly the same as the Milky Way that he made. Isn't that crazy?
Succession, but with chocolate.
It truly.
Yeah.
Chocolate Succession.
Yeah. Brian Cox being like, fuck off. This is my
Yeah.
chocolate. Fuck off.
Wow.
I mean, yeah, that's one of my favorite Succession bits is not from Succession, but it's the one guy who does the bit about getting Logan's M&Ms. You seen that?
Oh my god, yes. These are my M&Ms. I used to say that all the time. Fuck, who was that?
Yeah. Anyway, the head of Mars died, and now the companies are the same company again. So
Wow.
that's the story of Mars.
That's
Charlotte's
wild.
the story of
Ben
Mars.
Kahn. That's it. Ben Kahn is the guy who did that.
All right.
No idea who that is. Sorry if they're bad.
Sorry.
Sorry. Should we rank chocolate?
It is time. Oh, I got a chocolate burp coming. Hold on, say
There you
something
go.
else, Libby.
I would be if you just burp in my mouth, that would be enough.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
I would
yeah.
take a chocolate burp right now.
It's the same
By the way,
principle as the bathwater.
I really had the temptation to kick you off the call when you said that. Just so we're clear.
You have every right to have that reaction. But Cadbury should do a chocolate burp. It should just be a little like, almost like an Easter egg.
Yeah, it should be hollow for sure.
Just
yeah,
a chocolate burp.
and have some gas in it.
Yeah.
Okay, we got to rate British chocolate on our supermarket themed tier list. So S is Waitrose tier, A is Marks and Spencer, B is Sainsbury's, C is Tesco, D is Morrison's, E is Asda, and F is Iceland. And we're rating all of British chocolate here. So for me personally, I'm just going to say it is S tier. I think
Yes, it's Waitrose.
to me, it's Waitrose tier for sure because like British chocolate, it's just better. I'm sorry. I remember one time someone who watched my YouTube video sent me an enormous bar of Hershey's chocolate, and trying to get through that thing was an absolute slog. That tough stuff tastes like shit. Is it the best chocolate in the whole world? I don't know. It's the
Yes.
best chocolate that I can get at the local supermarket, and that's what's important to me. So for me, it's Waitrose.
Yep.
I agree. I think, there are other places that probably maybe have higher quality chocolate, but the level of British chocolate obsession just gives you the most variety. The spectrum is the largest, and the quality within that spectrum seems the highest.
Sure, and there's no real like flops. Like there aren't really any British
even
chocolate
a bad
bars.
one.
Even a chomp is better to me than
Even buttons. I mean, buttons. I'll kill someone for buttons.
Exactly. Whereas I go to the, look, I love chocolate. I go to the grocery store in the US. I'm not really ever, except for my Snickers incident, not ever really tempted to get one at the counter because I simply just always, if I want chocolate, I'm going to get either. I mean, there are some posh American brands like Choco Love is pretty good, like some of those posher ones. But in general, I was always waiting for my mum to send me a big box of Cadbury, which she would do a lot. And now, unfortunately, I do not have that hookup. I will just get them from someone like Kitty O'Shea's or whatever, but I haven't done it in a while, so maybe it's time to go back and get a little bit of chocolate for Libby.
I think it's time. I think, hey guys, this is your sign to go get some British chocolate.
Yeah.
Hey guys, treat yourself, guys. Treat yourself.
We should do a giveaway, shouldn't we? We're all in agreement, Waitrose.
It's Waitrose.
Yes, and today everything is backwards because instead of Libby's game, it's Charlotte's game.
Charlotte gets to make the game today, and we are doing. I didn't think of a name for it, but that's fine. It's the Americans Try British Chocolate Challenge. So this is. I have watched a bunch of videos of Americans trying British chocolate, and I have some audio clips to play you guys. And you have to tell me what British chocolate you think they are trying. So that's the game. And we're going to start with this video from Jolly.
Ooh, look at that.
Bubbly.
It's like cartoonish.
I could stare at this for ages. It's so interesting. The color of your chocolate's like the same, right?
A little thin minty. The holes give it a nice texture when you bite into it.
Right.
You know, it's like you fall into it.
Yeah. Kind of looks like an alien, like if aliens tried to make a chocolate bar.
As soon as you put it in your mouth, you taste that mint.
It's like I'm chewing gum.
Yes.
And like all your milk chocolate, it's better.
Yeah.
If this were Hershey's, it would taste horrible.
Okay, so that's from Jolly. What do you?
Did he? Sorry, did he say your chocolate is the same color?
Yes.
So one important thing about this game is that sometimes if people reacting to chocolate just say insane things that make no sense. So that what you have, the part of the game is trying to pass what actually makes sense and what doesn't.
Sure.
I thought I had it until the mint.
Me too, right?
Mm-hmm.
What were you going to say before
Crunchy.
the mint? Oh, crunchy.
What were you going to say?
You know what? When he said alien, it made me think of a Freddo.
Ooh.
I thought maybe stupid American think frog is alien.
Okay. So those are the guesses. Freddo.
No.
Well, I don't think
okay.
I'm right. I just can't. I can't place the mint.
I'm going to say a mint whisper, which I think is something that existed.
Okay.
Oh, well, that's a very good guess.
Gareth.
Thanks.
I'm going to do what Libby did.
Oh, well, then I guess you both get half a point. Because this is not a mint whisper, this is the peppermint arrow.
Oh, so close.
Very, really, really close.
Yeah,
Really,
I remember.
really
I
close.
do remember the mint arrow because it was bright green on the inside.
Okay, yeah, that was it looks cartoonish, it looks like something an alien would make.
Right.
An
'Cause it's
alien would
all
make a
green.
green chocolate bar.
An alien would
That's
make a
so
green
true.
chocolate. Yeah, for sure. Okay, next one is from BuzzFeed video.
This looks very interesting.
It's like bark. It looks like trees. Oh. There's a weird texture.
It confuses me. It definitely lives
I'm
up
locked
to the
in.
name. Kind of tastes like the powder you make with hot chocolate.
There's like a buttery taste to it.
It tastes very good. I'm impressed.
What do you guys think?
Gareth,
Why
you go
didn't-
first.
Go ahead.
Flake.
Libby?
Oh, it fucking is a flake, isn't it? Well, I'm gonna say crunchy, just to zag.
That is a point for Gareth. That was indeed
Wow.
Flake.
The tree bark.
Tree bark.
That's the one
Really
that looks like a
messy.
tree.
By the way,
Yes.
flake, I would put way lower on my list, too. That might be the last thing I eat in the variety pack of chocolate. a
Too
flake.
messy.
Flake
Yeah.
was available at the candy bar in Toronto, and it was one of the ones I was like, I'm not
Yeah,
fucking
you
with
know
that.
what you're getting. Yeah, it's weird.
You're not gonna catch my ass eating a flake over the fucking sink like it's a damn
No,
nectarine.
exactly.
I'm just gonna
The
guess
sink, you gotta eat a flake over the sink.
Yep.
eating
All
a
right.
flake in the bath, and then my mum has to have a bath in my flake water. All right, sorry.
My flaky
flake
bits.
water.
This next one is from Tyler Rumpel.
I've never seen one this thin in my life. We don't have anything like this. I just like the name. You have to peel it all the way like a banana. It looks like it should be like hard, but it's like a pretzel, but it's bendy. Why is it shaped like this? Like, is this scaffolding? This is maybe the most unique chocolate bar I've ever seen in my life. Truly. Very, very chewy. It's stuck to my teeth. Oh my gosh. What does that taste? Am I looking for the word toffee? Maybe? Because it's so chewy.
Oh, stop.
Is this how I sound when I eat stuff on my? If I ever
No.
eat stuff on my stream, am I
Can I-
saying shit like this?
Tyler, bless you. You are the guy I have to cut down the most. Tyler goes on and on about the chocolate bars for like at least 5 minutes he spent on this one.
That's a skill.
What do you guys think that was?
I think we probably both agree on this. It's a curly whirly.
Curly whirly.
It's a curly whirly.
It is indeed a curly whirly. Great job. That's
Yay.
Gareth is ahead. Next, we got two more. So this next one is from the Magic Geekdom.
I also stole Libby's first answer, to be clear.
That's fine.
So, okay. All right, I'll take the win. I'm American. I love a win.
That's
yeah,
all right.
exactly. Yeah. What are you going to do?
USA.
Nice to admit it.
Do you want to try it first? Sure. I feel like I always try things first. It has an interesting layer of like what looks like a chewiness on the outside and a smushiness on the inside.
It kind of reminds me of like a Baby Ruth maybe, but I feel like with most of the British chocolate things it's better than that, like the quality's better.
There's a lot happening in this bar. The inside is like almost like the inside of a Reese's, almost like peanut buttery. I love this. It's so unusual. It's a lot of different things working together, but it is kind of like a Baby Ruth, but it's got a lot more going on than that.
It's got a lot more going on than that. What do you guys think?
That's tough, isn't it?
That's very tough.
I also don't think I've eaten enough Baby Ruths to immediately recall what they're like on the inside.
I don't know what a Baby Ruth is. So.
It's kind of a combination of like a Snickers, a Milky Way. It's my only guess would be a picnic, just because there's so much going on, but you never hear raisin in there, which I think
you'd hear raisin, wouldn't you? I'm going to say double decker because there's a lot going on in there, and she talked about chewy layer.
Reese's too. That's what also.
What the fuck? Yeah, no, there's nothing like a Reese's in the UK. I mean, except for Reese's.
This is. I think I'm realizing that this is the one I should have tried on camera to demonstrate it more for you guys, because this was a Star Bar.
Oh, I didn't.
This was the Star Bar. Star Bar's a little out there.
No one knows about the fucking Star Bar.
No one knows about the Star Bar.
Do you remember, by the way, quick sidebar, do you remember the Boost Bar? A completely insane concept.
Ooh, I do remember the Boost.
Yes, the Boost was simply... Its whole selling point was that it had glucose in it for energy. It was literally like, we have put more sugar in this chocolate bar so that you have energy. And I remember having one and it genuinely making me feel insane because it was so sugary.
For whatever reason, I mean, probably because of the sugar, I did get hooked on Boost bars for a time.
Yeah.
Wow.
Because they
very different.
So much like caramel, barely any biscuit in that thing. Just sort of like a gooey, like sugary inside, like really an intense chocolate bar for sure.
Yeah.
Okay, we just have one more. This one is from Southern Tried.
Looks like bird seeds.
Yeah.
So we've got bird seeds.
It's thick, real chewy.
Like marshmallow, but crunchy.
Whatever this nut waver combination is at the bottom,
Nut.
it gives it that nice crunch.
Yes, it does.
But also that filling that's at the top complements that crunchiness
It does.
so well.
It does. I like this.
This is so good.
It's soft but hard. Why is it soft but hard?
I have that problem every weekend.
But I will say these like little crunchy ball things, I've never felt that texture before and it threw me off so hard.
I'd like to know what that is though. The bird seed.
And this is from Talk to Her, right?
Oh wait.
Chalk to her.
Chalk to it, that's right.
What do you guys think? It's got little balls in it, bird seed.
That one, the little bird seed is throwing me off. I guess I have to go picnic. I don't remember there being little balls in there, but the only thing that I could think could possibly be like bird seed is picnic.
The only thing I think is the Cadbury fruit and nuts ones. But I do feel like you're probably right, Libby, but I'll say that, like the Cadbury kind of bars of fruit and nuts.
These last ones are stumping you. That was a double decker.
Oh, I almost said that, but then the bird seed, I was like, what the fuck are you talking about, lady?
The balls and the kind of marshmallowy made me think double decker.
Yeah.
Should have said it.
Well, I know now, Charlotte.
That's no use now, Charlotte. And now I've lost the fucking game.
Damn it.
Libby has lost, and Gareth, you have won because you stole a point from Libby. I think that's the way that works.
Quite right, too.
It's called I Liberated.
Liberated.
Libby
My name's
rated?
Libby. Liberated.
Well, I spread democracy, the American invasion. I didn't steal. I
exactly,
liberated.
Yeah. Hey, and thanks so much for that.
You've enjoyed democracy.
Oh, I'm loving it. I'm loving it.
It's going to be great.
I'm having a great time with it.
Thanks also for going on that podcast, Gareth. What would you
Thank
like
you
to
for having
promote?
me. I really don't know what's happening with the level of pining for chocolate.
I know.
I'm so
you can
sorry,
listen
but also
to-
not because now I've
No.
eaten a bunch of chocolate.
Well,
so
I
I'm
was
happy.
shamed for saying I wanted you to burp in my throat. Anyway, you can listen to Next We Have, which is my new podcast that you two were nice enough to join. That'll be coming out soon. You can also listen to Next We Have, which is the show I just promoted. We're Here to Help, which is a show I do with my friend Jake Johnson, which is a call and advice show. And I'm recording my special on October 4th in Chicago. Wow. And I'm on tour all the time, so you can go to GarethReynolds.com for information. My other podcast, The Dollop, will be on tour in October, so you can go to DollopPodcast.com and follow me at Reynolds Gareth. And if you're on YouTube, go to Gareth Reynolds TV to watch the Next We Have on YouTube.
Wow. I mean,
it's too much.
Simply so much Gareth Reynolds content.
Too much.
Indeed.
It's disgraceful. And yet not popular, as I should.
Oh, come on.
Very strange how I'm saturating and not rising. I don't know how that works. But.
You're popular enough to get on What's All This Then?
Yeah,
which is kind of crazy. So you've sort of made it now.
Yes.
Welcome to the big leads. I said
Really?
leads instead of leagues. That's a good way to end the show. Do follow us. We're at What's All This Pod on Blue Sky and Instagram. And if you want to support this show, the best way to do that is on our Patreon, which is patreon.com/What's All This Then. You can listen to the podcast without any ads. You can listen to bonus episodes every week, and you can see all episodes with video as well. If you want to, I'm doing a little peace sign. The other two, Libby's flipping them off. There we go. That's good. Yeah, nice bit of British fucking off action on the video for you. And if you want to get in touch, the email is whatsallthispost@gmail.com. That's the end of the podcast. Thank you for listening. Bye-bye.
Bye.
What's all this then? What's all this then? What's Mr. B? What's a cup of tea? What's mushy pea?